Continue this series, I want to say the views of Maurice Minifield do not necessarily represent those of the creator of this YouTube channel, Dr. Humanix.
And what about this? Where's this?
That was my bar mitzvah. So my cousins could say this big yard out back.
Who's this?
It's Manny and Helen.
What's this?
This was the stuff I wore at my bar mitzvah. This is a tallit. It's a prayer shawl. It's beautiful, isn't it?
This is beautiful.
And this is a yarmulke. It's what you wear on your head, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah, he brought this stuff back from Israel for me. He helped me memorize my Torah portion. So, we spent quite a few hours together. I don't remember any of it.
Well, look, Fleshman, if you need anything, call me.
Thanks, O'Connell.
Sure. Good night.
When it's you can count every hair on that knuckle. And you don't think. Your body just takes over, man. You slip a jab, couple pops to the head, and then you finish him off, bam, man. Knee to the groin, down he goes. Eyes rolling back in his head like window shades. It's the best feeling in the world. Bernard, you're not on the horns of a moral dilemma, are you?
No. I'm just thinking about the pain.
Oh, yeah. The pain is real. Pain hurts. But the pain can be good.
I don't know, Chris.
Oh, man, we've been given a gift. Why do you think that the Millers showed up here when they did? I mean, they could have appeared at any time, but why now?
Why?
So that I can actually be there when my brother loses his cherry. As close as we are today, tomorrow when we come back from that battlefield, we will be as close as two men can possibly be, sharing a bond that can only be forged in the face of imminent disfigurement. We happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother.
Isn't it sad that it is moral dilemmas that we can't overcome, but the dogs succeed at, that a lot of other primates succeed at, these moral dilemmas to be able to partake in stable ecosystems, for example, and yet we can't do it as a species. And more men now seem to be thinking that to bond, it requires violence, because that's so much easier making a fist than sitting in a life skills lesson for about 4 or 5 hours and having to partake in role plays of practicing the skill sets required to learn community. It's pretty sad, but our species is bounced off the ceiling of its next level of maturity so hard that it's on the way down because of HSD. We are devolving ourselves big time.
Hey, Bernard, Chris.
Well, now that we're finally all here,
Sorry.
I guess we can begin. As you all know, Fleischman's uncle Morty died this week.
Uncle Manny. I believe it's Uncle Manny.
Well, whatever. Anyway, Fleischman wants to say the traditional mourner's prayer, but he can't do it without 9 more Jews.
Why not?
Well, how should I know, Shelley? Do I look like Tevye?
Who?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Well, you see, Shelley, the minion thing is so that the mourner doesn't go it alone, in the time of grief.
Yeah. Well, the bottom line is Fleischman needs 9 more Hebrews on his team. So I've decided that I will pay $100 plus expenses for any bona fide member of the Jewish faith who will come here and pray with Fleischman.
That's mighty generous of you, Maurice, but I doubt you could find 10 Jewish people within 2,000 miles of Sicily.
I guess that's where we come in.
That's precisely it. Now open your packets and look in there. You'll see that I have assigned each of you a sector of the map.
Now, they will be defining being a Jew in a particular way here, and it's really learning some cultural patterns that may or may not be healthy to the concept of community. They joke around about being circumcised, which is going to be shown in the next video. Now, I haven't been circumcised, but I'm not a Jew, and I'm not Catholic. And in fact, I've matured my levels of free thinking to actually develop my theory on HSD and cure myself of it so that no religion is possible. The only thing that I've appreciated about religion is how it creates events for people to gather. But it does not teach community skills. And in fact, there's many ways that if a sociologist was courageous enough to do such research as I have, you can measure the devolution of our species based on the type of events, traditions, ceremonies. Although people will swear they had a good time and it was wonderful and it creates some sort of unity, if you evaluate with sociological paradigms what forms over time with the supernatural as a belief, and all the other things that humans need to go through to mature, and how the skill sets are not learned in these religious ceremonies, then you know that the steps backwards will always overcome the steps forwards.